Hi, my name is Olivia Schrager, and I'm making this video for my AP US History class. We were asked to reflect on the last 8 chapters we've learned and relate it to our experiences in our own lives. So I'm going to be talking about MVS varsity tennis and relating it to the colonists. Playing first singles for the MVS varsity tennis team has always been the most exciting time of the year, in my opinion. But I also play in the off-season, as do most girls that play varsity tennis. And in the off-season, I play individual USTA tournaments to improve my ranking in the area, which improves my chances of getting a tennis scholarship, so fingers crossed for that. But the transition from individual season to team season takes a whole lot of time and just a different mindset for most people. And I definitely think that can relate to the colonists, because the colonist transition to coming to America is just like the transition I and some of my fellow teammates had coming to the transition to team season. So you kind of have to have that mentality of, okay, I'm going into team season now, gotta think about the team instead of the 3/4 of the year you're playing just for yourself. So I play team tennis for my school because it's fun, different, and there's opportunity to meet new people. And the colonists came to America because it was different and full of opportunity. But when the British were too busy fighting with France and not paying close enough attention to the colonies gained experiences that made their life different than what it was like back in England. Therefore, the British drove the colonies to unite and work together and fight against a common enemy, which would later lead them to be claiming independence. So I look at my time when I was playing a season very similarly. So like the colonists, I had to lose my sense of selfishness and not think about myself and think about the team and put the team first. And in order to successfully defeat the British, the colonists had to unite and become more diverse like a team, so like us. So the colonists had to lose their sense of like me, and really just play like a team. And I look at my opponents as like the British Redcoats and my team as the Patriotic Rebels. So it's kind of like a good guys, bad guys kind of deal usually in season. But we're also really diverse like the colonies, which I think is really cool because the colonies fought with all sorts of different people, from Quakers to Presbyterians to the Pennsylvania Dutch. And for example, our second singles is Chinese, our third singles is Jewish, and half of our first doubles is Indian, and then the other half of our second doubles is Muslim. So having so much diversity made us work even more, giving us a sort of edge to all these different ways of thinking, just like the colonists. So we have a form of self-government also through a team captain, which alternates between me and some of the seniors. And I definitely think that really struck me as interesting because all these colonies, they were lacking unity, and all the British gave them a reason to unite. Just like, it's kind of like the Avengers in this kind of way, which kind of relates to the tennis team, because like we all want to win for our school and play for our school and be together as a team, really. And that was like our calling, kind of, to come together really and work together. And I definitely think that yes, I love playing in the off season, but I love going to war with my teammates even more. And at the beginning of the year, our coach had to sign a form of like a team declaration of independence. So it was like our own little form of a piece of history from back then. And when we got this document, like we get every year, it was just like when we signed it, it was more like a form. When we signed the form, it was like the colonists signing the declaration, because like I'll get my book out. So when Thomas Jefferson was writing the declaration, he had a quote in our American pageant book, and I'll read it. And so pretty much when he was writing the declaration, he said that we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. So I definitely think that this quote speaks to our team, especially because when we signed that kind of team form, we were pledging each other like our time, our sacrifice, and playing for your school is an honor pretty much, and we wanted to protect that honor. So I definitely think that was interesting because it ties the declaration back then and our little tennis team form of declaration together. And through learning about the colonists coming to America, it made me realize that, yes, my team may not be as strong or as equipped as some of our opponents, but just like the colonists, we were united, and we definitely had like a sense of heartwarming, like, togetherness, kind of, that led us to be a winning team, no matter how many losing matches we had. So, yeah, awesome. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you learned a lot from this video, and I'll see you guys next time.